It is an absolute perfect day to be on the Honda Grom. But what makes it even better is that the Yoshimura exhaust came in today. So I'm actually on the way to the park right now so I can do some exhaust tests on the stock system, so you guys have a before and after of what this little Grommy Grom is going to sound like. And definitely stay to the end because I want to tell you if this exhaust is worth the money. There are quite a few exhausts for the Grom out there. This is not going to be a comprehensive video on, like, you know, which exhaust sounds better. I'm just going to say if this Yoshimura is worth the price of admission at the end of this video. Alright, so the Yoshi exhaust was brought to my house just in this box, nothing else. And it's time to go ahead and open this up. Just a few staples here. QC pass, so quality control pass. This is where it's going to, well, this is the new header, right? So it's going to hook right up into the cylinder. This is the mid pipe, and honestly, it feels super high quality. Here are your spring attachments. And then the can is very well wrapped here. User knife. Ooh, it almost rolled right on out. Check this out, and look, it's still stuck in here. So it's like taped on. There we go. Put that aside. And here's the new beautiful can. I would say it weighs probably like 5 pounds. Not a whole lot of weight to it. Beautiful carbon fiber tip right here. Whew, absolutely beautiful. The craftsmanship here is quite impressive. The welds here look pretty good too, all the way around. Nice looking tip. Small bore life, and that is also what they say on the Yoshimura sticker kit that I have on my bike. So it's kind of their slogan for their Minimoto series. They also make exhaust for the Monkey, if I remember right, and probably for the Navi too. Navi, not sure if I would want to spend this much money on that bike. For that exhaust. And there you go. Roughly what it's going to look like there on the bike. And they fit nice and snug. Of course, you don't want any gas leakage. After taking off the stock pipe, again, make sure to cool this down if you've just been riding. This mid pipe area is still kind of hot. I can put my hand on it, but I wouldn't want to hold it. But the rest of it is really cool to the touch. So you don't, I mean, the bike's probably been sitting maybe 10 minutes is all. And then I want to compare the weight real quick, just a hand feel. This probably feels about like 7 pounds overall. This is probably double the weight, and it's all back here. So that's probably the biggest performance increase you're going to get. Of course, the sound is the reason why a lot of us get aftermarket pipes, but like the weight of this is actually quite impressive. You don't realize it because it looks so small, but picking this up, it's at least half the weight. I know it's totally just hand feel, and I don't have a scale on me, but I would probably say this is 10 to 15 pounds. Like I said, this feels less than 10 pounds. Now you can use a QR code there to check out the warranty information, as well as that other QR code for assembly, and that's what we're going to use to be our general guide here. I mean, you don't need to have a rocket science degree to figure out how to put this on. It's pretty simple. And there's just a few steps. I guess a total of 9 steps, and the first 3 are removing it. The stock pipe, which didn't require any sort of assembly, or should I say disassembly instructions. Alright, it's finally fully installed. Here is the Yoshimura Race Exhaust for the Honda Grom. Absolutely beautiful pipe. And we're going to do our first startup real quick. The instructions were fabulous, so make sure to read the instructions. It took me maybe 20 minutes and I double and triple check everything. But let's go ahead and fire it up. Definitely a lot louder just idling, which is a good thing. Oh my goodness gracious. That's way louder than I ever expected it to be. So let's get on the road. Yeah, after a few malfunctions with my GoPro 10 and GoPro 8 I've had in the past, they're pretty unreliable, but my GoPro 11 has been like bulletproof for me. Yeah, the exhaust, as you guys heard in the flyby before and after, is just completely, I would say it's like 4 to 5 times louder, if not more. That's not even full throttle. Like, it might be too loud for me, honestly. Now, Yoshimura sells a baffle you can put in, and I might have to go that route. I think it's pretty cheap, and it would be super easy to just slip in there, but that might be what I need to do, because this bike is loud as hell. Now, maybe the slip-on wouldn't be nearly as loud. Maybe that's a route you go. You could save a little bit of money, but, you know, after weighing my stock pipe setup compared to this race exhaust, really all the weight was not in the downpipe or the header portion or the mid pipe. All the weight was in the muffler, and so that might be a great way to go, save a little bit of money, and maybe it won't be as loud. If you want to be ridiculously loud, then get the full race exhaust. But I mean, I also honestly I like the looks of the race exhaust better. I like how, geez, this time of year, man, traffic. And actually, I don't enjoy going full throttle all the time now. Maybe that'll change when I get used to just how loud this thing is, but going full throttle in the Grom is so much fun because, you know, you're still not going fast. And with this exhaust, I've gone full throttle maybe twice in the 15 minutes I've been riding with it. And yeah, it's just it's loud as hell just doing neutral revs. It's incredibly loud. Now, maybe I should have done my research to find out just how loud this exhaust is going to be, but yeah, no, loud pipes, they absolutely save lives. Now, do I love the sound of it regardless of how loud it is? Absolutely. It has completely transformed the sound of the bike. Now, I have nothing to compare it to because all my comparisons with the Grom is done online with different exhausts, and it's really hard to hear different exhausts when you're comparing them on, even if you have amazing headphones. There's no comparison. You would have to put your real ear to it to compare different exhausts. It's just not gonna happen on the video. With that being said, this exhaust sounds way better, of course, in person than it possibly can over my video or other people's videos. Gosh, traffic is just the worst thing in the world right now. As you guys can tell, I can't even enjoy the bike or the exhaust. Everyone's pulling into the Ritz here, and I can't really do much. I wouldn't expect that GX to see me. Here we go. I think I got an opening finally. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. It honestly sounds like a Harley. Now, I know a V-twin is going to sound different any day of the week compared to a single, but I honestly am super impressed with the quality of the sound. And of course, on top of that, you have immense volume. All right, come on, traffic. Everyone in white vehicles. I think I counted 5 white vehicles in a row. This is a rental Mustang capital of the world. Almost all of them are convertibles too. Is that one a rental? Probably. I mean, what we can do here while we're just sitting in traffic, couple revs. Sounds freaking awesome. Okay, maybe we'll go on yellow here. Nope, because that Altima is gonna go. Son of a bee sting. Great thing about YouTube is you can just clip to the next action sequence. You guys don't have to suffer with me in the traffic or the sun. But I'm not going to complain about the sun because it's February and it's like 80 degrees out down here in South Florida. I know most of you guys are suffering in the great frozen north. Even the bicyclist got in front of me. Yes. Oh man. Downshift. So I haven't even been able to touch on downshifts here because of I've just been stuck in traffic, right? So the downshifts are always satisfying on a motorcycle. It doubled it doubled the enjoyment with my airbox mod, the TST Works, which is just an amazingly cheap, and like I can't recommend that enough. That would be one of the first things I recommend to anyone doing a Grom. I must do a Grom upgrade video, like what are the best ones for your money sort of thing, and which ones do I recommend. But see, at least people hear me now. Before they would never hear me. Even with the airbox mod, it was hard to hear me from people. And like I said, this has increased my douchery for sure. And that's a part about being on a motorcycle, is being a little bit of a douche. Well, mainly the Grom. About being the Grom is being a little rambunctious, a little juvenile. And this exhaust has just taken it to a level that oh man, should we just give it the full beans here? What the? Oh my goodness gracious. It is just absurd. Like this bro hanging out the truck, he heard me coming from blocks away. That would never happen with the stock exhaust. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the whole bike has just become a lot more enjoyable actually after the exhaust. And I'm sure it's like that with any exhaust upgrade. You know, I feel like the exhaust on a Grom, getting after a good aftermarket exhaust, does really increase like the fun factor multiple times more than a normal bike. And the reason is you can fly through the gears, enjoy the revs building so much more than you can on a big displacement bike. So not only do you get a better sound, but you get that better sound all the time. You don't have to rev it out and go 100 miles an hour on a large displacement bike. I can get that full throttle, enjoy full happiness, and I'm going 35 miles an hour, right? So, do I think it's worth it? Well, yeah, I think I kind of do. It all just depends on your budget. The Grom is a very cheap bike, and spending $600+ on an exhaust sounds silly. It really has transformed the bike to a completely different experience. And like I said, I don't have anything to compare this to. I don't have a cheap exhaust to compare it to. But, you know, some people might agree. Well, I want to scare the birds, but I don't want to scare the little kid. But, all right. You know, I've never owned a performance vehicle in my life. Well, okay, I take that back. I had a Miata. But I never modified the Miata. When I was that young, I was just too poor. I couldn't afford any mods on the Miata. Does it feel like the bike accelerates more with the exhaust change? It's probably a placebo effect more than anything, but in the past I really haven't enjoyed revving this thing past like 6,000 or 7,000 RPM, and I feel like the top end has now been, it feels like it's been unlocked. Has it really? I have no idea, but honestly it feels a lot more enjoyable taking it past 6,000 RPM now with this new exhaust. It's probably because it just keeps, it has a more rewarding exhaust note at the top, right? False second gear there. That's that's the thing. That's one of the things about the Grom that it's not my favorite thing. Finding neutral is a pain in the butt. At least on this particular model, might be different on yours, but finding neutral has been very difficult on this bike. And sometimes when you are upshifting, you just don't have a lot of feedback on whether you've actually selected the next gear or not. And that was a false neutral going from second or first to second, right? Yes, for me, this purchase is absolutely worth it. Like I said, it completely transforms the bike into oh my gosh, into a safer bike, a more exciting bike, a more rewarding bike, a ridiculously loud bike, and that's great. I'm very happy, and I want to say thanks to Yoshimura, who have been really excellent, answering my emails. Big E, he's been awesome. I do have a lot of Yoshimura parts on here, from the tail tidy to the lights, the LED lights on here, to the sticker kit. And Yoshimura has been excellent from the customer service aspect of things. And I can't go that way. I mean, I probably could sneak through there, to be honest, with the Grom, but and I can do all that, and I'm going 30 miles an hour. So it's like, yes, aftermarket exhaust lightens the bike, better sound, but like I said, since I can fly through the gears and not kill myself or break the speed limit, I get to downshift so much, which has always been super fun with the Grom. I get to downshift so much with this bike that I can really maximize the sound of this exhaust. It's been oh my goodness gracious, yes. I am having a difficult time ending this vlog because I'm still like getting used to this bike, this bike's exhaust, the new Yoshimura exhaust. And yeah, I feel like since this exhaust is so loud, you can enjoy it not open throttle all the time as well, because you do a quarter throttle and it sounds freaking awesome. Wide open throttle, before it only was really fun for me when you're pretty much wide open throttle. Now, since it's so loud, it's fun for me like quarter throttle, half throttle, 3/4 throttle, it's fucking loud, and then four out of four, so full throttle, it is absolutely just on another level, and I'm still going slow as hell. So yeah, can't recommend the Yoshimura exhaust enough. It is fantastic. It is expensive, but you know you're getting a quality piece. It's made in America. Yoshimura has amazing customer support, amazing products, amazing fit and finish, build quality, and I will be using their products for a long time now. Only good things to say about this, and the smiles per mile on the Grom have just multiplied. Thanks for watching. Make sure to smash the like button for more Honda Grom stuff, and the plan still is to get another bike here on the channel, larger displacement, and possibly get some press bikes as well. I have been speaking with Honda. Of course, I have a great relationship with them through the automotive side, since that is the main focus of the channel. But yeah, Honda said, hey, we'll try to send you a new bike for review, and I get to keep it for a while. So stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh man, when you get close to other cars, as well as like that container back there, the sound reverberates, and for a second you're like, hey, what's that? But it's your own bike making that noise. It's a beautiful thing. But anyways, I gotta cut it off. I can't just be a hooligan all day long. I got kids to pick up.